And I think this is the third episode of saving xemina, this Pulsajet carburetor system on a Briggs & Stratton engine. And I've been looking to try and find the correct springs for this. This is the two little delicate springs. And then there's the larger throttle spring, which is here. And my supplies were rather ugly. I didn't have a good one, but I've got them in place. And so this end runs through that wire loop that attaches to the air vane, and this end runs through the same wire loop. So you got two springs attached to that wire loop right there. All right, and the throttle speed is controlled by the tension on this spring. More tension, it's going to run faster. And you can increase the throttle speed by slightly bending this way, or you can slow it down by bending it this way. And of course, you can also slow it down by moving this throttle lever this way. So whoop, it's going to go really slow. And then if you go far enough right there, it shuts off. And so that's the way these pressure washer throttles and shut-off switches work. If I turn this into a lawnmower, I'll change all that. But right now, this is how it's working. So I've reinstalled these springs. I think they'll stay in place. I've run it without this spring at all, and they do okay. But if you want to do it correctly, you need this little spring here too. And this you can use to make very fine adjustments in the RPMs. And it's the same situation. This is bendable. If you bend it and put more tension on the spring, then it goes faster. Same thing here. So I'm going to increase this tension a little bit by bending it this way. Watch this now. Say, beep. Okay, so that way, as soon as this starts to move, see there's spring tension there. So that means that I'm controlling it with this tension and that tension. Okay, so that's where we are. And while I'm thinking about it, I want to go ahead and put my little gasket on there because I'll need that, assuming I get this thing running. That's going to go under the air filter. There's some little kind of clips there that I hope will keep that from just popping off when it's running. All right, so let's continue. I'm going to be really careful not to touch the screen on this camera, otherwise my video will stop. I've done that a couple of times, so I'm trying real hard not to do that. All right, so there we go. All right, what's left to do now is put a little fuel in here and see if it primes. And then we would take it out and hook up some water to it through the water hose. And because you're not supposed to run these without water. And we'll see if the pump leaks or not. If the pump leaks and it doesn't work as a pressure washer, I'll turn it into a lawnmower. So let's go ahead and get some fuel in it. And we're going to see if it primes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's usually enough fuel when I count to 14 or 15 that it is enough to allow it to pull the fuel up. All right, so now let's see if this thing is going to prime. So there's my little rubber bulb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you see that? So it's priming. How about that? This whole thing is it's priming. And I've taken off all these horrible old zip locks and bobby pins that were connected to this, and put in the correct springs. They're ugly, but they're correct. So let's continue here, and we're gonna see if this thing works as a pressure washer. Give me a minute. I've got to put away some things here. Put away some things in order to clear a path to roll this thing off and test it. And it might actually run and work as a pressure washer. That'd be interesting. I wasn't thinking that would happen, but it could happen. Getting close now. I'll put all my Pulsajet parts away. It probably wouldn't hurt to look at this plug and make sure that it's been gapped properly, because I've seen people do all kinds of weird things to spark plugs. So let's check that real quick. It is the correct spark plug, the Champion RJ19LM. That's good. It'll take it, that one or the JL19M. I think I'm saying that right. Well, actually, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna run a paper towel on it. The gap looks okay too, but let me check it real quick. Here's my spark plug gapping tool. You get these at any auto parts store for about $1 or $2. So I'm going to slide it over here. And that's absolutely perfect. 0.030 to 0.031. So I'm going to go ahead and reinsert this plug and trust that it's okay. Every now and then I get bad plugs, but it's not common. So this is ready to get off the table, and in the next video I'm going to have all this connected to a water hose and a pressure hose, water gun. We're going to see if this thing runs.